Welcome everyone, day 4 is here. Thank you for joining me. Can't believe we're 4 days in already. Crazy, amazing. We're starting off again today in a standing position anywhere on your mat. So come to find your sturdy mountain pose. Feel down through the feet, grow tall through the body, all the way to the crown of the head. And placing the hands on the rib cage again. And right away, inhale completely. Open the mouth, sigh the breath out. 2 more times. Gorgeous. Breathing with this gorgeous, loving intention and awareness that we have cultivated so far throughout our practice. Breathing in and knowing that we're breathing in. Breathing out and knowing that we're breathing out. And as always, taking a moment to notice. How's the day we've had so far? If it was a good day, then awesome. If it was a bad day, it's been and gone. Remember that. But taking a second to think about our day, whether it was good or bad, and zooming in, perhaps there were things that were incredible and amazing that happened that we didn't notice. So can we come to perhaps recognize and celebrate the little things, the in-betweens, rather than just focusing everything on the great or the terrible. And remembering that some days, even just getting out of bed and getting dressed is something to hugely celebrate and shouldn't be underappreciated. Finding 3 more full breaths here. And then releasing the arms. Finding circles in the head and neck one way. Moving mindfully. And in the opposite direction. And when you gaze back forwards, open through the heart. Lift the chest, lift the gaze, and reach the fingertips back behind you. Either staying here with space between the palms or interlacing, sending the knuckles away. Notice what feels most comfortable for you here. And let the shoulders soften. And find one more deep breath. Releasing and floating the chin towards the chest, rounding the spine back, hands reach forwards. And again, either staying here or interlacing. Let the palms reach away from you. Really feeling the skin of the back body stretching in 2 opposite directions. Find one more full breath. Float back to your neutral spine, release the arms. And roll nice and slowly, generous bend in the knees down into your fold. And from here, you might want to take hold of your props if you have any to bring the hands onto. If not, coming to place the hands either hovering down towards the ground or bringing the palms of the hands to the soles of the feet so that the toes come towards the wrist crease of the hand. And bend your knees as much as you need to get here. Don't worry if they're super, super, super bent. Just find a space where you feel comfortable in your own body. Remember, take what you need. And on your next inhale, Lengthen through the legs, lengthen the spine just as much as you can without locking into the knees and putting pressure anywhere. And then bending. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. One more time, lengthen up. And soften completely. Release the hands from wherever they are. Bring the hands to the earth and then step back, tabletop. Nice, just move your props to one side. We might need them in a moment. Take whatever padding you might want underneath the knees in your tabletop. And then float the left leg back behind you, toes tuck under. Start to shuffle the weight forwards over the wrist, back over the foot, and keep sending away actively through this left heel. Come back to center, then lift the left leg off, bend the knee, and step it forwards. Give it a helping hand if you need to. Take as many steps as you'd like. Lifting here into a low lunge. Again, super pad underneath that back knee if you need to. Reach up nice and tall through the spinal space. Reach the fingertips wide and high. Take a breath. And then release right hand down to the ground. If you want to take a prop here, a book, whatever you have, then go for it. As the left fingertips reach for the sky, we open into a juicy twist. Keeping that front knee where it is, over the front ankle. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, release the left hand. Doing this twice more. Inhaling to open and releasing. And this time, coming to open up, but bring the hand to the shoulder. Draw a big circle through the elbow in one direction and the other direction. Now we're coming to release, left hand to the ground and coming straight back into your tabletop. Have a little wiggle if you need to in the hip space. And then same thing on the other side, right leg back, toes tuck. Start to float the weight forwards and back. Sending love to the hands and the feet. And then come back to center. Lift the right leg. Big move, step the foot forward and into your low lunge. Take a nice wide stance in the feet here. And when you're ready, reach the hands wide and high. Soften through the shoulders, take a breath. Then float to your twist, left hand down. Right hand reaches all the way up, opening through the front body, the heart space. And then releasing. 2 more times, opening, finding space. Close the eyes if you feel comfortable. Next time, lifting up, hand to the shoulder and drawing those nice big circles one way and the other way. Nice, releasing here. And either stepping back straight to our child's pose or lifting into downward facing dog. Wherever you are, find 5 breaths here. And then everybody come to meet in a tabletop. Wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Lovely long line from the head to the tail. And then bump the hips over to the left side. Take your gaze past your right shoulder. Option to stay here or reach the left fingertips forwards and over towards the right, adding on a little bit. And then float back to center. Bump the hips to the right, gaze to the left, reach the right fingertips if that's in your practice, and then over towards the left side. Remember, this is just an option. And float back to center. Scoop the legs to one side, coming through to a seat towards the front of your mat and making your way down to the ground. Whenever you arrive there, hugging the knees in, but take your time here. There's absolutely no rush. Either staying here in stillness or rocking side to side in Aponasana. And trust that we are finishing our practice on the ground, so there's no more movement that's too dynamic here. Let your body soften into the earth. Let the back body really meet the mat, and let the mat meet your back body. Come back to center. Bring left foot to the ground. Cross the right ankle over the top of the left thigh. And we're going to find a reclined pigeon here. So this might be your reclined pigeon. And if so, awesome. Next option is lifting the left shin so it's parallel to the sky and interlacing the hands around the left hamstring. Next option is hands onto the shin. And maybe it feels good to lengthen that leg and kick the heel to the sky. But wherever you are, keeping the shoulders nice and soft. Tension melting away from the jaw. Finding 3 breaths on this side. And when you're ready, release. Plant the right foot. Bring the left ankle over the top of the right. Same thing on this side. Notice how one side might feel different to the other. And when you find your space to be, find 3 breaths here. On your last exhale, soften completely, finding our inversion. Take whatever props you might want to use. Lift those legs into the air or onto your support and close down the eyes or soften the gaze. Come back to your breath. Notice if your mind has wandered and scattered away into what you're perhaps doing for the rest of the night, or what you didn't get a chance to do today, or your to-do list for tomorrow. And just recognize that. Recognize that that's where the brain is dancing away to. And see if you can consciously bring it back to this space. We're not going to be here for much longer. So take these next few minutes to simply be here with your breath. When you're ready, release the legs. Come off your support if you have any, and find our resting posture, Shavasana. Imagine that the ground beneath you is like quicksand. You can't help but melt in towards it. And take a moment here, as we're lying in stillness, to picture in your mind an empty cup, completely empty. And if you were to fill that cup with how you feel that things are for you right now, how full would it be? And then empty it again. And this time, one by one, place into your cup all of the things that you love and appreciate and are grateful for in your life, no matter how big or how small. Place them all in that cup. And then see if perhaps That cup rises and fills a little more. Celebrating the in-betweens as well as all the highs and the lows. Appreciating everything for being as it is. I thank you all so much for being here. Palms floating together if it resonates as we end our practice. I'll meet you on the mat tomorrow for day 5. Sending all my love from my heart to yours. Namaste.